Welcome to the Untold Tales audio anthology, written by Chris Morton and narrated by Dr. Jeffrey A. Robinson. Code Red by Chris Morton. McCain took a can of Freestone peach halves from the bottom drawer of his desk. From deeper inside he extracted an opener, and for nothing less than 3 minutes wrestled with the can. He had large hands, his spectacles slid forward, and a globe of spit formed on the right side of his rather fat lips. Damned contraption! On the left of the desk surface were 6 blue pencils, neatly sharpened and laying on top of a shallow pile of light brown folders. The center of the desk was smooth, shiny. A shadow of the bumping can stretched and wavered, while on the right was a typewriter, a heavily loaded ashtray, and a dark green telephone attached to a set of buzzers. From outside, busy car horns filtered through the half-opened window. Commuters and evening vendors, the muffled hustle of the city on which the sun had now set. God damn it! McCain hit at one of the buzzers. "Jenny, could you get in here?" A tall woman entered the room, gangly, though not unattractive. She was nowhere near as bewitching as many of these young girls could be. "The can?" McCain murmured in response, and the woman came over to his desk, bending down across him. "Can't seem to—" "Yes, they can be a pain," she said. "The trick is to hold it here." The can opened. "There." The woman stepped back. Beneath her, a large tartan carpet covered most of the tiled floor. To their left was a whiskey cabinet with ice and server. "Shall I—" "Much obliged," he said. The woman, Jenny, strode over to said cabinet. "You'll have one?" McCain asked. "Not for me, thank you all the same." She turned, a crystal tumbler having appeared in her clasp, a good measure of murky spirit. Behind her, a portrait of Eisenhower hung with a strained smile to match McCain's own. "You should get home," he said. I will. You know how it is, long day." Jenny placed the tumbler beside the can of peas. "Shall I get you a spoon?" "Of course. Yes, of course." Can't seem to think. "And the evening paper?" "We've a copy here. I'll check." Jenny left the room, returning with a spoon and the information that the paper would arrive shortly from downstairs. She hovered for a moment, watching McCain's glass. "Would you like another?" "Not yet," he said, as he waved away her offer. Loosening his tie, he leaned back in his chair. "Just the paper, and get yourself off. Catch yourself a hot date." "Thank you, Mr. McCain. Shall I organize a cab?" No need. He waved her away again, though not rudely. There seemed, in fact, by all appearances, to be an understanding between them, almost as if they were going through a routine. "Right you are." McCain was left alone. "Long day indeed," he mumbled. He stood and quickly made his way over to the cabinet, poured himself another slug, then, returning to his seat, made sure he'd drunk just enough to make sure it looked like he hadn't gotten a second. When Jenny opened the door again, this time bringing in the paper, his cheeks were reasonably flushed. "Mr. McCain?" "Yes." "The paper. It came with this note attached. Rather strange." She hesitated, holding out to him a folded note the size of a playing card. "It says you are to look at page 7. McCain coughed. "And you read it, I see." "I'm sorry, Mr. McCain. It's just that I've no idea where it came from. The strangest—" No. No need to worry." McCain unfolded the note as he took it from her. Ah, yes. Page 7, it says. Good news, I'm sure. You're not... No, Mr. McCain, I brought it straight up. Good girl. He placed the note down beside the paper and waited. He still hadn't touched the peaches, something which Jenny noticed as she gave him a nod and left the room once more. McCain opened the paper to page 7. Just what exactly he'd been hoping to find he couldn't have said, but almost as if he'd shifted into a new light, awake finally from the morbid clout of nothing, his world began to spin. My God! He reached for the buzzer. Jenny, get back in here. His secretary returned, this time wearing a coat of purple fur over what had been a flat green dress. Yes? Get Beryl on the line. Beryl? Yes, Beryl, and make it snappy. Right you are. Jenny turned back. Is this important? Goddamn right this is. McCain paused. Just get me through to Beryl and be off. I'll handle this. Their eyes met. I've got this, McCain repeated. You go see to that date. McCain ran 4 fingers through his hair. Probably nothing, he murmured. This time more lightly, he said, need to check something. McCain made to start at his peaches, though once Jenny had left, he focused on the paper, on what he'd seen, and his hands were shaking. American pioneers fail again to reach the moon. 4th attempt this year ends in premature engine shutdown. Simple bad luck, or suspicions of corruption justified? See tomorrow's paper for our exclusive interview with NASA Representative A.T. McCain. The words appeared in small print between a financial article on the rising price of inner-city real estate and an advert for bleaching detergent. A light on the switchboard flashed. McCain picked up the phone whilst at the same time removing his spectacles. Beryl? McCain. The voice was firm and sharp. You've seen the evening edition, said McCain, with equal authority in his tone. Not yet, came the answer. Anything I should be worried about? Yes, you could say that. McCain placed the receiver back down, cutting off the call. He stood and went over to the cabinet, mixing another whiskey. Once seated again, he began on his peaches. The phone rang. Yes? McCain, said the voice. We have a problem. You're goddamn right we do, McCain fumbled, chewing and swallowing. There was a pause. Then, you'd like to find out who did this? I want to strangle him, replied McCain. You're serious? Of course I am. Another pause. You mean an assassination, a code red? That's your call, Beryl. And you're... Look, McCain, I have to ask. You're sure you didn't... What do you take me for? God damn it. It's as much my job as anyone else's to see the true nature of the Pioneer missions doesn't get out. Why photographing the moon at this present time? His voice suddenly rose. You think I did an interview? For Pete's sake, this isn't even an article. It's bait. I tell you, a frame. Okay, came the reply, but you know a lot of people will be worried. Yeah, I know, McCain coughed. Which is exactly why I need it dealt with, and fast. Whoever set this up, I want them found and dealt with before your position is reviewed. McCain breathed heavily. Reviewed, he repeated with a fair amount of irony. My God, Beryl, how much time do you think I have? There was silence as the magnitude of that question began to form. McCain, I'll vouch for you. Like that'll do any good. McCain, yeah. The code red, I'll put it through. But there'll also be... Sure, McCain replaced the receiver, his eyes looking red. Pushing the peaches to one side, he reached for the whiskey. then leaned back in his chair. The fan in the ceiling whirled slowly, and it was all of 5 minutes until the phone rang again. Yes? I understand you'd like some information. Yes. Who is this? Name's not important, said the rough voice. My assistance was requested. You're Alan McCain. I hear you'd like to track down a reporter. Yes. McCain stood, still holding the receiver. He picked up the phone and went over to the window. Opening a slat in the blind with 2 fingers, he looked out into the street below. A phone booth opposite the building with a hunched figure inside, a wide hat, and a long coat. Just need you to confirm. The figure turned around fully, looking up at the window, though there was no way he could have seen him. What information do you have? That an article has appeared in the newspaper on your desk, and you'd like to take care of the source. Not an article. McCain squinted. It was just, we can find out who wrote it. You can? McCain stammered. How fast? We work quickly. How? McCain's face brightened somewhat. We have contact, said the voice. It'll be easy enough to trace. Well, whoever it is, they need to be dealt with. This is our business. The man in the phone booth turned away. You'll hear from one of us shortly. Right you are. There was a flash of lightning, and McCain jumped back. 3 seconds later, the distant sound of rumbling, then a pitter-patter of rain hitting hard on the window. McCain watched the figure stride purposefully along the next block, tightening his coat, one hand up to his hat. When the figure disappeared, McCain began to laugh, deep from the belly, low, rumbling with a hint of mania. All of a sudden, the phone rang. McCain almost dropped it, jumping for the second time in the same minute. Yes? Alan, still by the window. McCain swayed ever so slightly, moving slowly back to the chair he managed to sit down. He placed the phone on the desk. Alan, are you there? Sure. You all right? It was a woman's voice. Fine, Joan. How are things? McCain, switching the receiver from right hand to left, reached into his breast pocket with his one free hand. He pulled out a packet of Lucky Strikes, expertly managing to extract a cigarette and light it in one swift motion. That also involved taking the Zippo from his right waist pocket. Alan, you won't believe it. Wouldn't I? McCain let out a puff of smoke. The day I've had. I don't know where to start. Sure. First the car, then the neighbor's dog, that god-awful Rottweiler. What do they call that thing? Some ridiculous... No idea, McCain coughed. Pitcher, that's it. If you ask me... Ask you what? Stupid name, that's all. Right. Yes, okay, Alan. I'm sure you don't want to hear about all of my troubles. No. Go on, McCain replied, drawing on his cigarette, eyes distant. What did Pitcher do this time? You think I'm calling you up to chat about the neighbor's dog? McCain moved in his seat, stubbing out the cigarette. No idea, he drawled. Alan? Yep. It's Rosie. She got into a fight again. Again? With a boy. A boy, eh? And you can stop smirking, the voice said, guessing the expression on McCain's face. It's the 3rd time this year, and they've requested that we both go there tomorrow. Tomorrow, said McCain. Both of us. McCain shifted. Can't Tom... No, Alan. It's her father they want to see. Things are awkward enough already for her. I've no wish to go parading. No, quite. I understand. McCain was looking at the paper, a right forefinger gently resting against his typed name. What time? 8 o'clock. In the morning? Yes, in the morning. You can't get there for... No, I'll make it. The voice huffed. Are you sure you're all right? Never better. Well, then I'll be off then. You want to speak to Rosie? She's not sleeping? I doubt it. Reads till the sun comes up. Thinks I don't know. Through the window behind him there was another flash of lightning. It's raining there? Like hellfire. Tom with you? Alan, you know he is. Of course, McCain huffed. And you're exaggerating, right? About Rosie. The fight? Till the sun comes up. Yes, I mean, you want to speak to her or not? No, I'll see her tomorrow. 8 o'clock, you say. Alan, you sound tired. Fine, I told you. You need to get home, Alan. Your health. When was the last time you had a checkup? On my way. See you in the morning, Joan. McCain stood up from the chair, then hesitated before putting the receiver down. He lifted it again to his ear, but the line was dead. He stared at the now dormant contraption, mouth open as if there had been more to say, something he'd forgotten, something that had slipped his mind. Huffing, McCain went once more to the whiskey cabinet, mixed himself a new drink, this time with a hefty measure of sloshed ice. Fight with a boy, he murmured. He smirked again and then turned at the window. Come and get me, he wheezed. The phone rang, and he let it. 3, 4 rings. Slowly, calmly, McCain paced back to the desk. Yes? Alan Thomas McCain, 47, divorced, bachelor in physics, first class. Who is this? Works with Sears Conglomerate, a cog. Though, of course, that's merely a cover. Information tells us that McCain is working for NASA, though we're having some trouble in determining exactly what he does for them. What do you want? McCain spat. Sweat had begun to form on his brow. Who are you? How did you get this number? A friend, replied the voice, high-pitched with a twang of out-of-town accent. You want what? You ask for information. I ask, who is this? The source. The article? McCain spouted, his voice getting angrier. We have reason to believe that an interview was conducted with an A.T. McCain, as stated. Impossible, said McCain, pulling at the telephone cord in agitation. 5'8", the voice continued, jet black hair, with a double helping of gray, short back and sides, wears dark-rimmed tinted spectacles with thick lenses, stocky in build, a preference for Italian suits, resides at 421 Park Avenue, though owns a much larger property in Rhode Island. There's a daughter, Rose, who lives with her mother, and a man who is yet to become... God damn it, yes, that's me you're describing, so what of it? Just passing on the message, the voice said. We take it you will not be ordering... Ordering what? Nothing was said for a moment. McCain breathed. The voice breathed. It's your call. What do you mean, my call? You think I'm going to request my own... McCain's hands were shaking, and his face became redder. We thought as much. What kind of two-bit outfit are you? McCain began to shout. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot! By God, I'll... The line went dead. McCain pushed at the desk. He immediately clutched his right fist, inspecting the damage as the phone burst into life once more. McCain went for it, almost busted it. God damn it, I'll kill you. Alan? God, McCain began to convulse. Joan, I didn't... Alan, the woman's voice stammered. Are you okay? Yes, fine. Sorry. McCain forced himself to relax, somehow pushing the words into a calmer tone. One palm on the desk for support, his damaged hand still holding the receiver. Joan, who did you think I was? Nobody. Just nobody. What do you want, Joan? Nothing. Maybe I shouldn't have. Out with it. Now there's no need. Damn it, Joan! The line went dead. Standing there stupidly, McCain appeared too angry to know what to do next. His dark shoes dug into the tartan carpet. Eisenhower smiled down. Got to be some kind of goddamn joke, he muttered. McCain hit at the buzzers. Jenny? Then he remembered she was gone. He hit the buzzer again, missed. The whole board lit up. Damned. McCain began scrambling at the whole thing erratically and then stepped back, bewildered as the phone began to pulsate. Outside, a series of car horns started up with excited symphony. Yes? McCain. Beryl, damn it, Beryl, what the hell is all this about? You tell me. The reply was calm yet firm. McCain stood straighter, sweating and breathing heavily. He hesitated, stumbled, and tried to think up an answer that would at least make sense. Look, man, what's exactly the plan? Now you listen to me, McCain answered. I've no idea what's going on here, but I'll get to the bottom of it. You have my word. It's too late. What do you mean it's too late? We've killed the publication. It won't be printed. But only a few select know why the pioneer missions are being corrupted. If it were to get out... But it won't. McCain, I'm sorry. You know how it is. You're sorry? God damn it, Beryl. I'll see that Joan is taken care of. Beryl, I'm pleading with you. Just give me more time. I can prove it wasn't me. I've got no... McCain clutched at the phone. Beryl, why would I? What would I have to gain? Got to admit, said Beryl, I was surprised. What was it? You get cold feet? Beryl, I'm telling you, McCain was desperate. All that I know, all these years, I was there at Roswell. Damn it, why would I? McCain, I can't. It's already been decided. Just wanted to let you know. The voice, ironically, seemed to have grown warmer. No hard feelings and all that. It was an imposter, I tell you, a setup, one of them. One of who? Damn commies, you know how it is. I see. The Russians. Yeah, the Russians. Who do you think I meant? Damn it, they're framing me. The commies. Yeah, Now wait a minute, Beryl. It's only one source that says I talked, and I've been tried and convicted. A hint is all it takes. You know that as well as I do. McCain's breaths began to speed up. Beryl, by God, he was overcome by rage. We're the ones in power here, men like us. We've made sacrifices, shown loyalty. The voice breathed, not responding. So that's how it is then? They put us in charge, but in the end of the day, we're just as expendable as anyone? Look, McCain, we have to accept there's a bigger picture. A bigger... This is my life we're talking about. What do you want, damn it? What would it take? McCain scolded. If that's how it is, I'll tell it all now. Let the world know. He began to laugh like a madman. Beryl! But the line was dead. A silence. McCain fell into the chair, the phone hanging off its hook, dangling beside me. Goddamn setup. The door to McCain's office opened with a silhouette of a large man coming into view. The man stood facing McCain, and even in the semi-darkness, for the outside office was barely lit, this man, in appearance, was not at all unlike McCain himself. So here it is then, McCain muttered, not yet focusing. Tired and worn, his collar and tie loose now, his whole face and neck were blotched in red marks. His big glasses were on the desk beside the smoking ashtray, beside the phone and typewriter, beside the folders and pencils. The whiskey bottle stood next to the still unfinished can of peaches, unashamedly in full view. So here you are then, McCain repeated, swirling the fingers of his right hand in irony. Better get on with it. Any last words, my friend? Said the man, stepping forward toward McCain. In his right hand he held a small black gun with silencer. "Yeah," McCain replied, looking up lazily. "Give my love to Joan and Rosie." "I'll take good care of them, rest assured." Their eyes met, McCain's and the eyes of his killer, a set of eyes he knew from somewhere. "My God," McCain stammered, "what the hell is this?" For a fleeting moment he seemed to understand. A doppelganger. To be not eliminated, but replaced. What the code read was what it had always been for those in positions such as himself, the authority he had, the knowledge. Time to say goodbye. A flash inside the office and McCain's body slid to the carpet. The man walked to the window, carefully pulling it shut. He turned, tucking his weapon away, while from the picture on the wall, Eisenhower gazed across, smiling. Thank you for listening. As you know by now, we love our listeners, fans, patrons, and supporters. Please let us know what you think of our podcast and our stories. The best way to do that is to subscribe to our podcast at untold-tales.com. By doing so, you'll be added to our mailing list so you can be notified of upcoming episodes, blogs, and other information. Thanks again for listening, and have a great day.